Hi everyone, here's the Chemist once again, and this is a quick and entertaining video to have some fun together talking about tragedies and horrible things. A few weeks ago I reviewed Vineland by Thomas Pynchon, and I mentioned how Harold Bloom, the prominent literary critic, once called Vineland the biggest tragedy in the literary world of today, or at least of the 90s, because Bloom is a huge fan of Pynchon and he hates Vineland. He thinks it sucks. So to him that was the biggest literary tragedy of our times. Bloom is wildly exaggerating if you ask me, but in that video I asked you people what you think is the biggest literary tragedy of our times. Is it the fact that one author wasn't able to complete a specific work? Was it some other authors like deciding to reject or not finish a series or whatever? What do you think? Some people answer to that question. Of course, someone mentioned David Foster Wallace's suicide. Some people mentioned Bret Easton Ellis getting a Twitter account. I see what they mean. What do you think? Let's have fun with this very sad question. Now, if you ask me, I'm pretty sure about my answer. To me, the biggest literary tragedy of our times, and I still hope in my heart that this is a reversible tragedy, is that Junot Diaz, who has confirmed that he will not be writing, he will not publish the novel Monstro, a novel he has worked on for a long time. Now, there are a shitload of reasons why a writer might decide not to finish a novel they had started. Michael Chabon, pretty much my favorite living writer, famously spent several years of his life working on his second novel before deciding it was going nowhere and completely rejecting it and writing Wonder Boys instead. And in that case it was a great decision in hindsight, because of course Wonder Boys is awesome and Chabon went on to a brilliant career afterwards. And this is something, actually, it's quite commendable for a writer to decide that something they have invested a long time in isn't really worth it, and that they decide that it's not worth the public's time and they don't want to publish it for whatever reason. At the same time, Junot Diaz is just too good a writer, if you ask me, for me to believe that a novel like Monstro, which was supposed to be a Dominican version of Akira, the famous manga and of course animated movie, for me to believe that something like that would have been anything short of awesome and possibly like a true masterpiece. And like my opinion on it, on this point, is if anything amplified by the fact that you can read on the New Yorker, you can read online, I'm going to put a link in the description box, a short story that was supposed to be the basis, the starting point for the narrative for this novel Monstro. And that short story, which by the way you can also read on a collection called Invaders, which is an awesome collection, and I'll put a link to that too, to my review in the description box. That story is utterly amazing. It's impossibly great and wonderful. It's absolutely thrilling. It's a wonderful take on an established genre, that of the zombie outbreak, more or less. And it's, of course, as well written as only Junot Diaz could have made it. If you ask me, had Junot Diaz published that short story, followed by the story, by the words "and then they all died" as the novel Monstro, it would still have been one of the best novellas of our times. And so, to me, it's a pity that he didn't go through with it. I still hope someday he'll decide to complete the thing. But let me know about your take on this topic. What do you think are one or a couple of the biggest tragedies of our times? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.